Welcome back. It's Breakfast Daily on Citi TV, and today is Farmers Day. So what better than today to interview one of the young innovators within the farming space. I'm talking about Kennedy Adufah. He's the co-founder and operations manager of Techshelta. Good morning, Kennedy.
Good morning, Dziffa.
How are you?
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm good. Thank you so much for welcoming us into this beautiful farm of yours.
You're welcome.
Tell us a bit about Techshelta.
Okay, Techshelta is a company that maximizes the efficiency of greenhouse farming in Ghana.
Okay.
That is what we do. We do so through advisory, automation, market linkage, and training.
Okay.
Some years ago, we embarked on a research in Ghana. We toured the whole of Ghana and realized that about 70% of greenhouse farmers achieve only 40% of their capacity.
Wow, hold on, just 40%?
Yeah, yes.
Why?
Yes, and that is a clear case of a deficit. So we went ahead to find out what are the causes. We realized that the knowledge gap, there are lots of greenhouses that have been abandoned. Most of the people who sell the greenhouse to farmers, their focus is on selling the greenhouse, but how it works is up to the farmer. And you can be the best farmer in the open field. When you are given a greenhouse, you will fail at it because the expertise and technicalities are different. Okay. You need to be trained.
So tell us a bit about greenhouse.
Okay, when it comes to greenhouse farming, it's a protected agric mechanism. That is what we do. Basically, what it does is we compare. There are two types of farming. We have the open field and we have the greenhouse farming. Okay. So with the open field, that is what we do in the
what our parents and grandparents
that is
the ground.
That is what we do. But when it comes to greenhouse farming, it's a smart way of farming. Okay. So you get more yield. We do the vertical kind of farming. We do we protect the crops from pest and all of that. So you have a wholesome produce at the end of the day. Okay, so this is Mant.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a name for one of our greenhouses, and we have cucumbers in there.
Wow.
So we can go inside and see what is happening.
All right, let's go.
So this is Mant.
Okay.
We have cucumbers in here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why is it looking like it's hanging in the sky?
Okay,
I don't know.
It is a creeping plant.
Okay.
So when you leave it on the floor, it will just be on the floor. So this is called a trellis line. So trellis line.
Okay.
And it is called trellising.
Okay.
Trellising. So they are going to grow till the top.
You're joking.
And what even happens is after it has gotten to the top, you'll be harvesting. We are going to release it, and it will still keep going.
How is this different from the usual cucumber farming?
Oh, it is. You see, the difference between this one and that one is the vertical aspect of it.
Okay.
So you go to other cucumber farms and it is just creeping on the floor.
Yeah.
But this particular one, it just rises up, and you see, it helps you to even regulate and control a lot of things and get more yield.
Okay.
The purpose of greenhouse farming also is to get more yield.
Okay.
So you can get a small land and get more yield from it because of the vertical way of farming that we do in the greenhouse.
So the historical one of doing it horizontally, you would have just been limited to what can fit the ground.
Yes, what goes to the ground.
But now, what goes to the ground is like the barest minimum of your potential.
Yeah, you can. You see, let me use even tomatoes as an example. You see, in the open, there are three types of tomatoes. Okay. We have the determinate, semi-determinate, and indeterminate. Determinate is what we usually grow in the open fields. Okay. It grows to a point, then that is it. It wouldn't grow again. That is the determinate. So in a greenhouse, we grow the semi-determinate and indeterminate because of the vertical aspect of it.
We'll get to the tomatoes. What else do we need to know about?
Yeah, so that is.
What is that thing on the ground? I see some lines.
This is called the drip line.
Okay.
And this is the drip eye.
The drip eye.
Yeah, the drip eye.
That little dot there.
Yeah, that little dot there.
Okay.
So I was talking to you about precision farming.
And watering, right? So that's the drip line we're looking at.
This is where the water comes out of.
Okay.
Jubilee, kindly on.
We're going to turn the water on?
Yes, then you see how it comes.
Wow. Okay. So the water is about to come out?
Yeah, so, you see it.
Where did you guys get the knowledge of all of this?
It is available. You have to look for it and you find it.
I think I feel it coming.
Yes.
Wow. So that way, you don't even have to physically go fetching water the way our grandmothers used to do, carrying the water on your head.
No.
It's all connected. So it's just a matter of turning something on.
Turning something on. And I'll talk to you about the automation bit. You know, I told you 4 main services. We have the advisory automation. Automation, what happens is you can monitor and control your greenhouse wherever you are from your phone.
You are joking.
Yes.
So you've made the process digital.
Yes, that is what happened. So let's say when you're in your greenhouse, and the temperatures are warm, you have an indication on your phone that it is warm.
Okay.
Just a click of a button on your phone, you will engage the drip lines.
Wow.
So there are places that have extractors, they have fans and other stuffs. We control all of those things. So
crazy.
yes, that is what we do. And we do so through IoTs, Internet of Things.
Tell us about Internet of Things. I mean, how often do you get somebody in agric talking about Internet of Things?
That is the beauty of now. It is agritech.
Agritech.
Yes,
so
agritech.
We have agriculture, agribusiness, and agritech.
Yeah. Now we are introducing technology
into the process of
into the farming, and everything is possible. There are lots of possibilities in this space.
So tell us about Internet of Things in the farming world.
Okay, you see, it connects. It is a way to connect the existing gadgets in a greenhouse to your phone.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have certain devices that we install. We have gadgets and other things that we install. So if you want your farm to be automated, you just talk to Techshelta. We come to the farm. We do an assessment, and we know what you have in your farm.
Wow.
So the already existing manual things that you use. Maybe you already have drip lines. Yeah, you have it. Now you want it automated. You know the interesting thing. There are times that, let's say for instance, you may be far away and it is raining.
Yeah.
You can't come into your greenhouse to come and do other stuffs.
Yeah.
So you can do everything and control things on your phone.
Wow.
It makes it very easy and it makes it smart. That is why we are encouraging more people to come into this space.
Yes.
Now farming is no longer the whole and cutlass way of doing stuff.
So you don't have to cut yourself.
No, you don't have to. No, you don't.
Sweat.
Not at all.
This is beautiful.
Not at all. You don't have to do all that.
So what are some of the benefits of getting greenhouses? I already imagine. First of all, animals can come in here to eat off your.
Yes, pest. Yeah, pest, and also high yield. High yield. You get a chance to regulate everything that you don't depend on nature.
Yeah.
You don't depend on, because you don't know when it's going to rain. You don't know when there will be droughts and other stuff, so you control everything. Wow. So whether it's raining or it's not raining, we don't have an issue.
Because the power is in your hands.
Yes, the power is in your hands. All we can do is just harvest the rain. And one of our mandates is to go green. So on the farms like this, we have solar.
You have solar?
Yeah, we have solar.
You're kidding?
Yeah, we use solar. We use a grid and solar, so we have solar on the farm.
We're going to see it, right?
Yes, you see it. We have solar on the farm, so we want to go green. So we are going to also harvest the rain. So you come to the farm, everything is natural, everything is clean. And in the greenhouse space too, you get wholesome food. Yeah. You know, our produce have been tested by CSIR.
Okay.
And the pesticide, we don't have any pesticide residue in our produce. So we have all of those stuff.
Amazing.
Yes.
So let me get this straight. If historically you would have just gotten this one line, let's say, let's put a quantity to it.
Yeah.
How many cucumbers would you have been able to produce with just this one column?
There are.
Or should I say it's a rule?
Okay, this is a rule.
Depending on where you're standing.
This is a rule. Okay.
Rule.
Let me use
this one rule.
Yeah, let me use numbers.
Let me take that question again. How many cucumbers would you be able to get from this one row?
Okay, one. Let me use the numbers. In each room, where we are like this, we have about 270 plants.
270 plants?
Yes, and 70 plants. And with cucumber like this, what happens is between 4 to 6 weeks, you should be harvested. And because of the way we do our type of farming, you'll be harvesting for like another month.
Wow.
So let me use these numbers to tell how you are going to get more yields. Yeah, because in open field, a lot of things have access to the plants.
Yeah.
You have mites, you have other issues, you have other stuffs. But here we control all those things. So it gives you the time, it gives the plant a long lifespan aside the yield that you are getting.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how many would you get if they were all to go all the way up here? Or is that was the 200 and...
No, 270 plants. What also happens is we don't, we talk in kilos.
Okay.
That is what we do. We don't do number of
numbers.
plants. Yeah,
okay.
We
so
do.
not averagely, what would have been your kilos if you were not doing a greenhouse farm like this? And what would be the kilos from this?
I can speak to the greenhouse aspect of it.
Okay.
So with this room like this, you can get about let's say maybe 300. There are about 300 kilos.
300 kilos.
Yeah.
For those of us who don't understand.
Yeah.
Give us a range of some numbers of cucumbers we'll get out of this space.
you know, there are lots of technicalities when it comes to some of these things.
Yeah.
You know, size matters. Size really matters. And when it comes to the harvesting, there are too many technicalities.
But on average, would it double what you usually would get, or triple your usual?
It will double.
yield?
Let's.
It will at least double.
Yeah,
your
it will
usual
double.
yield.
And you see, when it comes to farming, also, what happens is there are times that we don't want to really exaggerate the numbers.
You never know.
Yes, you never know. And also, it takes a lot of hard work to come into farming. Yeah, most of the time we give the average, but you can go beyond it. And when it comes to the cucumbers, even how you do your crop management and everything has an influence on what you're going to get.
Wow.
And when it comes to the cucumbers like this too, you know, what makes it big is water.
Okay.
So there are people who like it small. So when it gets to the small size,
They just take
we take it off. So depending on our markets, but we have realized that in Ghana, most of the people don't like it big.
Okay.
And most of the people who buy cucumbers from us are the Lebanese guys, and they like it. They have a certain size that, We also supply to some of the shops. They pick it in large quantities. Yeah, they pick it in large quantities.
So it's already a market
yes,
for it.
Yes, there's a market for it. There's a market. You know the interesting thing about farming? You see, there's market, but there's a disconnect between the market and the production. Before you come into farming, what happens is you need to know your market. So the kind of tomatoes that we produce here, for instance, most of the markets we are looking at a high-end market, and most of them are looking at size, taste, and color. So you can produce tomatoes one track. You take it to the market, and that particular market will reject it because they are looking for their own specs. Yes. Wow. So there's a disconnect. So you need to know your market before you start even producing. Okay. So this is Mant.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a name for one of our greenhouses, and we have cucumbers in there.
Wow.
So we can go inside and see what is happening.
All right, let's go.
So this is Mant.
Okay.
We have cucumbers in here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why is it looking like it's hanging in the sky?
Okay,
I don't know.
It is a creeping plant.
Okay.
So when you leave it on the floor, it will just be on the floor. So this is called a trellis line. So trellis line.
Okay.
And it is called trellising.
Okay.
Trellising. So they are going to grow to the top.
You're joking.
And what even happens is after it has gotten to the top, you'll be harvesting. We are going to release it, and it will still keep going.
How is this different from the usual cucumber farming?
Oh, it is. You see, the difference between this one and that one is the vertical aspect of it.
Okay.
So you go to other cucumber farms and it is just creeping on the floor.
Yeah.
But this particular one, it just rises up, and you see, it helps you to even regulate and control a lot of things and get more yield.
Okay.
The purpose of greenhouse farming also is to get more yield.
Okay.
So you can get a small land and get more yield from it because of the vertical way of farming that we do in the greenhouse.
So the historical one of doing it horizontally, you would have just been limited to what can fit the ground.
Yes, what goes to the ground.
But now, what goes to the ground is like the barest minimum of your potential.
Yeah, you can. You see, let me use even tomatoes as an example. You see, there are three types of tomatoes.
Okay.
We have the determinate, semi-determinate, and indeterminate. Determinate is what we usually grow in the open fields. It grows to a point, then that is it. It wouldn't go again. That is the determinate. So in the greenhouse, we grow the semi-determinate and indeterminate because of the vertical aspect of it.
We'll get to the tomatoes. What else do we need to know about?
Yeah, so that is.
What is that thing on the ground? I see some lines.
So this is called the trellis line.
The trellis line.
Yeah, this is the trellis line.
Okay.
The trellis line, and this is called drip line. Yeah, this is called a drip line.
Okay.
Please.
We'll do it again.
This is called because I was talking about the trellis. This is called the drip line.
Okay.
And this is the drip eye.
The drip eye.
Yeah, the drip eye.
That little dot there.
Yeah, that little dot there.
Okay.
So I was talking to you about precision farming.
And watering, right? So that's the drip line we're looking at.
This is where the water comes out of. So this is Okain. We are entering one of the tomato rooms. This particular greenhouse is called Okain.
Okay.
Most of the time, what happens is all of them have names. So when we are talking among ourselves, and I talk about Okain, they know what I'm referring to. So that is why most of them have names. And the names also are for like the people who own the greenhouses.
Wow. So you guys don't own all these?
No, we don't own all these. It's a shared community. So you can decide to buy a greenhouse and you bring it to us for us to manage.
So if someone is watching and they are interested, they can reach out.
Yes, they can reach out. They can reach out.
If we're friends of like maybe 10 or 15 and want to own one greenhouse, is that possible?
Yes, it's possible. It is very, very possible. And I would even encourage that.
Wow.
Yes, it is possible. So 5 friends, 3 friends, 7 friends can come together and buy one greenhouse.
And they will make...
Yes, they will make it, and with time you'll be buying other greenhouses.
Oh my God. All right, let's take a look. So tomatoes we're going to take.
Yes.
At what age?
It is 3 weeks.
3 weeks
and
old.
like I also said, this is a production center, a research center, and a training center. So this is one of the researches that we are doing with PPRSD, MUFA, Kabi. They choose here, it is a biological pest control for Tuta absoluta.
Okay, say that again.
It's a biological pest control for Tuta absoluta.
What does that mean?
It is
in regular human beings' language.
Oh, it is no, I don't know how to.
No, just the Tuta absoluta bit. Everything else we understand. Pest control we understand.
Yes. It's like we are controlling pests. And you know when you talk about fall armyworm, it is related to maize. So when we talk about Tuta, it is tomatoes, and it is one of it is really affecting production in most of this part of our world. Yeah, so we are having a trial here with Kabi and PPRSD. So when everything goes well, they are moving to Kenya.
Wow.
Yeah, so
let's check it out.
Yeah. So we are
baby tomatoes.
Yes, they are 3 weeks old. And we are growing in the soil. There are 2 types of growing medias we do here. We have the cocoa pit and the soil. So we are in one of the rooms that we are growing in the soil. Yeah, there's a difference between the cocoa pit and the soil.
What's
and it has
the
its own
difference?
challenges. You see, cocoa pit is coconut husk that has been mashed.
Wow.
It only holds the plant. It has no nutrients. That is what happened. So you are going to feed the plant with nutrients. And what happens with the cocoa pit, for instance, is if you don't give the plant a balanced diet, it will suffer. Because it takes no nutrients. It has no nutrients. The cocoa pit has no nutrients. But when it comes to the soil, what happens with the soil is, you see, the soil already has its own nutrients. So even if you don't give it balance, it will find a way to get the nutrients. But the soil also comes with a lot of challenges. A lot of challenges.
What are some of the challenges?
Nematodes. Nematodes. So there's something we are doing here. There's a trial room aside. There's something we are doing here. This is marigold. Marigold. This is marigold. It's something that we are trying here. You know, it has an effect on nematicide, like nematodes. That is what happens. So nematodes affect the roots of the plant. And the roots, you see, nutrients. One part of the plant where where nutrients are sticking is the roots. So let's say when nematodes affect the roots, what happens is the plant cannot take any nutrients.
Wow.
It can only feed through the leaves. So it is killing your plant from the beginning.
Wow.
Yeah. So when this one also has some, like when you plant the marigold close to it, there's something that we're also trying. We do a lot of trials here. We're trying to see, because we've done a research and realized that it has some effect on nematodes. So when nematodes are already in the soil and you plant this, they are going to fight. Then marigold is going to fight the nematodes. So we want to see how it goes. Yeah.
Wow. So there's a lot of experiments taking place here.
This particular place too is, like I said, it is a place where PPRSD is having their research. Yeah. So they are going to apply certain controls that will work on Tuta.
So you're constantly looking for innovative ways to...
Constantly.
Wow.
So even here like this, we have 2 tunnels. The first 3 you see there is called, like we have 2 types of greenhouse. The first 3 you see there is called a tunnel. Okay, this one is a tunnel. This one is a tunnel. If you look at the other greenhouse there, it's different from this one. That one is called a fixed vent. When the warm air rises in this greenhouse, it doesn't escape anywhere. But with a fixed vent, when the warm air rises, it escapes through the fixed vent. That is what happens. I went to Kenya and I also realized that most of our greenhouses here in Ghana are so short, and it has effects on the yield. So every day, Techshelta, we are trying to improve, because that is what will make us stay in business. That is what will cause us to make the impact. So every day.
How important is it for farmers to also be researchers, scientists, just creative minds? Because when we look at our normal farmers, it's almost as if we've neglected them. They just trial and error, and that's it.
You know, interestingly, when we talk about the people that we have here, Okay, he's not here. Where is David? We have David. You know what he studied in school?
No.
Physics.
Wow.
At KNUST. And he's doing farming.
Wow.
So he's coming here with that mindset.
Okay.
So we sit on a table, we discuss. So there's a way he sees issues, he sees challenges. There's a way the marketer sees issues. So we all sit down and see how we come on board with our expertise. We want to make farming very attractive and very lucrative and make an impact.
So no matter what you majored in, you can find a space within the agri-tech, agribusiness ecosystem.
A space. So the first batch of trainees that we had, those who stayed here for 6 months, we had somebody who did banking and finance at UPSC.
Okay.
Yeah, and now he has his own farm. He's doing well.
Wow.
Yes, we have one lady also who did lab technology and lab science something, and she's also doing well. So you see, we look at people who are passionate about this, not what you studied.
So our sound technician Ishmael, he's curious about this. If he wants to join, what would be the process?
Come. You know, there's I told you.
Since he's not a student, would he have to pay a little bit?
No. What also happens is we are coming up with another. People want to come and train, but they don't have the time. You see, we listen to the needs of the customers and see how we can tailor like a service. Like for them, for that particular need. So people are talking to us, you can't come and live on the farm, we can't come to you, what can you do for us? So we are coming up with an online training.
Nice.
Where people can sit in the comfort of their homes and we train you.
But that one you have to pay a little bit of
a
fee. But it's affordable.
Yes, it's very, very affordable. It's very, very affordable because we want more people to come into this space, so it's very affordable. And I told you we have a big vision, so sounds like this. You know, we are going into the agritourism. So
you're going to get to agri-sound?
No, we are going to agritourism, like agro-tourism. That is where we are going to, where people can just come and walk around here and have a feel of what is happening here. Like here, school kids can come and learn and understand. So we have that plan also going on. So there's you know, life and everything begins from the soil.
So we take a look at the
next.
And they're going to teach us how to do greenhouse planting. So I hope some of your guys are on standby to teach me greenhouse planting for beginners. Is that possible?
Okay, yeah, it's possible.
So where are we now?
Okay, we are at one of the greenhouses called DJ.
DJ.
Yeah. Okay. So this plant like this is about 6 weeks old.
Wow.
6 weeks old.
Now I'm seeing something down here. Is this fiber?
Yeah. It is called cocoa pit.
Cocoa pit.
Yeah, that is a coconut husk that has been mashed.
So this is the first place we've been where we're not seeing direct soil.
Yes.
So how does this benefit the tomato?
It only holds the plant. The cocoa pit holds the plant.
Okay.
It holds the plant. It is neutral. It has no nutrients.
Let's taste some tomatoes. So I'm gonna pluck it. Or should I see if you can assess it? Is it okay?
Yeah, it's okay. That particular one is okay.
All right.
It's okay. So you can.
Let's see. So this is greenhouse.
Yeah.
Tomatoes. Made with love.
Yes.
Wow. It's juicy.
Yeah.
What's the difference between greenhouse tomato and regular tomato?
It is about how wholesome it is. With the regular ones, you know that they do a lot of, because it's open field, they spray a lot of pesticides and other stuff on it.
Okay.
Yeah. So with a greenhouse like this, when it comes to the residues, we don't use pesticide, we don't use all those things on it. So it is safe and healthy for you to eat.
So we've learned a bit about Techshelta. It's now time to meet some of the awesome young people who are on the team. Okay, so what does your average day look like? What do you do on the farm?
Okay, on the average day, early in the morning, you have to, do scouting.
Okay.
You have to go through and make sure that your plants are healthy or they are sick.
How do you determine a healthy plant from a sick plant?
For example, if you see a tomato plant this evening, maybe how you left it, the next day you come and check if I left this tomato this way. Is it the same or something had changed?
Wow.
Yeah, you have to, cross-check.
So you have to be very attentive.
Yes.
You can't just take your eyes off of it.
Yes, please.
Okay.
And this plant, we give them water. As you saw in the media, there is nothing. You have to feed them like a child. So we have times that, we give them water. And then he said you need a well-educated person. You have to calculate the amount of water this plant needs a day, how you stagger the irrigation to meet the quantity that the plants need.
So you can't have a one-size-fits-all approach where you're like, okay, they are all tomatoes, let me dump water on it. And
No.
Why?
You know, it comes with technicalities. A young plant needs a certain amount of water, and if the plant has fruit and then you don't give the right quantity of water, you harvest your tomato and then your tomato will last 2-3 days because there is more water in the plant. They will rot.
So we're here with David, and he's a physicist and he's a member of the team. So this here is your baby. It doesn't look like the other tomato plants we've seen. What is going on here?
Okay, so this cycle has just ended. In fact, we did the last harvest yesterday.
Okay.
So anytime soon we'll be uprooting and then start a new production cycle here. Okay. For every plant or every production that you do, the cycle spans from where you did the transplanting to where you ended.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So we've met some of the team members of Techshelta. We hope that their story will inspire you to start your own greenhouse farming. What are we going to do? You tell me, because I don't know actually.
Okay. You are going to learn how to transplant in the media. This soilless media. Okay. Yeah. So let's take here as the greenhouse, and this is a row that we want to transplant. Okay. Before you do your transplanting, you have to make sure that there is enough water in the media. Okay. So the first thing you need to do is to check if your media has water.
Okay.
So you see this.
Wow.
You see that it's dropping, meaning there is enough water in the media. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I don't think I'm squeezing it right. Okay. There's.
Then you move to the seedlings.
Okay.
This is basil.
Okay.
Commonly known as Akua Ametam.
Ah, that's what Coco is.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So to get your seedlings out, you put your finger here.
Ah, as if you're trying to take out ice cubes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You put your finger here. You push it up.
Ooh. Wow. It's beautiful. Yeah. So this is actual soil.
This is media.
This is still media. The same thing.
Yeah, cocoa pit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the next step?
So,
it smells so good.
Yeah.
Like I can just sprinkle it on my food right now. Okay.
So you come to the bucket, and because we are feeding it with a drip line, we always plant the plant in the middle of the bucket.
So you have to make a hole with your fingers. Okay. So I'll do the next one. So you do the first one because you are the teacher.
So if you, then you get your seedlings.
Okay.
Because the root had formed and had hold firm to the media. You just press a bit to loosen the root.
Okay. Why do you have to do that?
You know, because we nurse them, the root have compressed the media and they are very hard. Okay. When you don't lose a bit, they may find or they will take a long time for them to develop or spread in order to pick nutrients.
Wow.
Yeah. So you put into the hole that you created, then you cover
it.
Then you press a bit. That is it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so I can do mine.
Yeah.
I'll do the second one. So the first step, you have to check how wet it is, right?
Yes, please.
So I'm gonna grab a bunch, and then you squeeze. So if you see water, that means you're good. Yeah. Awesome. Then you take. Today we're doing basil. So you take it, and just like you're trying to take out ice cubes, you press the bottom. Oh, you have a strong grip. Cause okay. Oh, I'm being dramatic, guys. You literally just press here because there's a hole. Yeah. I was going to squeeze the whole plastic. Okay, you just stick your finger here. Now you have to soften this because your roots will need freedom to spread their wings like a butterfly. Then the second step, you do this to create a hole that they will go in. So you create this beautiful hole in here. You put this here in, then you cover it. Then you're good to go.
Yes, please.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam. You're welcome.
So easy. So people can come here and you guys will teach them how to do all of this, right, through your trainings?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Techshelta team, for welcoming us your plant.
You're welcome, madam.
Thank you at home. So we hope that you thoroughly enjoyed this segment. It's Farmers Day. Use today to actually learn something about greenhouse farming, about agribusiness, about agri-technology. You may just find what you're passionate about within that supply chain. And of course, these guys are here to make the transition easy for you. Hi there. We hope you enjoyed the show.
Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share with your friends.
This is Breakfast Daily on Citi TV.
Join the Breakfast Daily team Monday through Fridays from 7:30 a.m. to 10. Join us for breakfast daily, only on Citi TV.